Hi, welcome to YakShaver Spring Review for Sprint 102. So let's take a look at our sprint goals first. The first goal is the Entra model and graph capabilities. This is done. This is prepare us to support extra auth. So this is done. And the next sprint goal is Jira done video v2. Unfortunately, this is not done. I have finished recording the video, but I'm still waiting the TV teams to add some effects, like showing the recording bar and fast forward effects. So once it's done today, I will get it reviewed by Adam, by you. So that will be done in the next sprint. Let's take a look at
before you gave it to the TV team, did you get it passed by anyone?
At that time, they are off work hours, so I get a test pass by the TV team. Like I had one of them to
no, I mean
take a
anybody
look at it.
other than the TV team before the TV team.
No.
Okay,
No,
I generally there's a lot of people in this team. I would have asked someone. I'm sure there's some nice people on the team that would have a quick look, because there's no point getting the TV team to do it if they think it's not good enough.
Okay, I will let them get a test pass and then let them get a test pass first. Yeah.
No, I mean next time give it to one of us before you give it to the TV team.
Yeah, I'll do that next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the timesheet. So I have been working on full time. Tom has 1 day on client. Callum and Baba has worked on part time. So that's our timesheet. And for the PBIs that we have done for this sprint, Tom, maybe could you tell us a little bit about the model Entra and graph capabilities?
Yeah, so in short, that's in preparation for the Entra ID to be optional and to allow multiple auth providers on the portal. So that should help us with that. And this sprint, phase 1 was the preparation for it. In phase 2, we're going to do a whole bunch of scope and logic changes for that, which will be in next sprint. Any questions? Cool. Back to you, Willow.
Thank you. So the next PBI that I want to mention is the add auto approval option. So this is from the feedback of Jira done video v1. So this one is to allow users to check the auto approve, and they don't need to confirm the project and all the MCP tools. So they can just trust YakShaver to do everything. So this is done. And another one is the retry the failed shape state. Baba, would you like to talk about this?
Yeah, sure. So in our current YakShaver desktop app, whenever error happens in one of the steps, we cannot retry unless recording video again. So I worked with Willow to add that logic, and whenever YakShaver fails in one of the steps, now we can retry it. Currently, this PR is in review, so it should be done in the next sprint.
That's all for the PBIs that we have been working on. Do you have any questions or want to take a look at other PBIs?
I think I'd just like to know, Baba, the one that's in review, who are you waiting for to review that?
The team.
The team. But have you asked anyone on the team to review it?
Yes, it's in the group chat. Willow sent PR in the group chat for review.
I'm just trying to drill in on that, because it sounds like you just threw it into the group chat waiting for somebody to accept it, and you have a sprint review on today, and it might have been beneficial that you just called up somebody and said, hey, can I help you understand this pull request so you can accept it and we can move ahead for the sprint review?
Okay, I'll do that next time.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever call someone up and try to get it done? Or do you just wait for someone to respond?
Usually in YakShaver, we send PRs in the group chat for review, and yeah. And if the PR is complicated, then we do our shoulder in review.
Well, you're always going to have more context than anyone else.
Yeah.
So, and especially if there's a sprint review, there's more urgency.
Okay. I will have someone to call
yeah.
after sprint and review it.
Okay.
Okay. I also want to mention that we have 3 PBIs that we assigned to Copilot and let Copilot done those 3 ones. But there's small UI changes, and the Copilot has done a great job. Yeah, and that's for the PBIs we have been working on this sprint. Now we can move on to the next part. Stephen, can you talk about the code coverage?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Willow. So for the last sprint, we have 30% coverage, code coverage. That is 0.1% up. That means we are all adding tests to our new added code. That's good. And in the last sprint, we had 1 production release for the portal, and also we had, can you scroll down a little bit? 5 production release for the desktop app. And also for the health, generally our application was health, but we can see a little bit spike on the 500 errors. That was because YakShaver was trying to renew all the subscriptions, and there's some failed during the renew. I think Tom has already did a new change, so the app has already back to the normal, and I think this one is fixed. Let's scroll down a little bit. And also the monthly usage, Luis was on top of the leaderboard, and he mainly used the desktop app. And the second was Michael. We noticed he has been using Teams a lot. I had a conversation with him. I think he was a little bit confused with how YakShaver desktop work, especially on the customer prompt section. And since we have had a lot of changes on that part, I will talk to Michael and ask him to try it again. And followed by Costa, he had 16 shapes. Back to you, Willow.
Yeah, sure. So is there any questions about these parts before I move on?
No, not for me.
Okay, so I'll keep on for the product roadmap. So we have increased 2% for the YakShaver desktop app. It's 83% now. And for the backlog stats, we have 55 new PBIs in the last 30 days. 25 of them are labeled with YakShaver, and we have completed 22, and that's a net change of plus 23. This is for YakShaver. And also for the YakShaver desktop app, we have 39 new PBIs, and 72% of them are labeled with YakShaver. We have completed 20.
Where will I go?
Can you hear
Oh, you're
my
back.
voice
You dropped
now?
out for a second there.
Okay, where did you lose me?
I think you
do
just
I
said
need to talk about?
26 completed PBIs.
Okay, and I think that's all for the backlog stats. And also for the R&D parts, we haven't done any R&D parts. And then for the AI tools, I think nothing has changed. It's just me that hitting the limits of Copilot's Yeah, that's all for all these parts. Any questions?
Just with the AI tools, can we bold the ones where people are using that tool the most?
Yeah.
And also, I think it makes more sense to put YakShaver at the end for Tom, because I don't think that's the first tool he's using, but maybe it is.
Yeah,
No, that's fine. I'm talking about Tom. And Callum, what's your main tool? Claude Code?
Yep, Claude Code.
Yeah, so bold that. And he's not hitting limits. Tom, yours is open code, is it? Or Claude Code?
Sorry, I was muted. It's currently Copilot CLI.
Okay.
Right. Okay. And you hitting limits this sprint?
Yeah. I'm
using
I'm asking Tom.
Oh, sorry.
I'm asking Tom. Are you hitting limits, Tom?
I haven't. No, not this sprint.
Are you using AI a lot?
Sorry, the connection was pretty bad, but I guess you asked if I'm using AI a lot. Yes, as much as I can.
And are you paying for any AI?
No, I'm still using the free MDN subscription.
Which one? The SSW one?
Through MDN, yes.
Right, the
Until
SSW
they
one.
stop
Right,
renewing.
okay. And Lewis, which one's your main one?
Louis not here.
Claude Code?
We can
Oh, he's not?
go to Stephen.
Okay. Stephen?
Yeah, because I was on leave for the past 2 weeks, but before I left, been mainly using GitHub Copilot.
Right, okay. All right. And Rick?
GitHub Copilot?
With GPT 5.4?
Yes. And I just reached my limit today.
Right.
Before end of month, I still got a week.
Right. Are you on YakShaver for the whole sprint coming up?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm still on client work.
You're right. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Okay. All right. Now I would say, guys, I pretty much ask for the same thing every sprint, so you guys should try to work out which is the main one when you're chatting. All right. All good.
Okay. So let's move on to the tenant stats. So Baba, could you go through this part?
Okay, sure. So tenant stats from the last week, total number of tenants increased by 1, so it's 58. And total number of tenants that completed setup is, there's no change. And Tom, were you able to contact tenants in the last sprint? Because I remember you took that role while Steven was away.
Tom, did you contact anyone?
I think he's
Is he frozen?
now.
Frozen. Yeah, maybe you can ask him later. Okay.
Yeah, I think
I think as a team, you should all know the answer to this. Yeah, you should definitely not wait. Like, hearing from the customers is the most important part of this. So all of you should be aware of what happened. Like, we got a new one this week. Did Tom speak to them, or they just magically came on by themselves?
Yeah, got it.
Tom, do you know who the new tenant is?
I think you're muted.
Tom, do you know who the new tenant is?
Looks like he's trying to drive.
Sorry, I was on mute. It sounds Chinese. I don't know who it is. It's somebody new.
Okay, when you saw it, if it's in China, well, you can ask Willow or Barbara or Stephen Q to contact them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. All right. So Stephen, can you do that first as your first job? To, reach out to them, try to see how they went. Did they get on board? Why are they trying out YakShaver? What do they want to achieve?
Yeah, sure, I'll do.
Okay.
Cool. So total number of shaves using Teams is 6, increased by 2, and total number of shaves using MCP is 0. Okay. Now let's move to AI stats. So let's do first Copilot stats, and we'll do cloud in the end. So about the timeline, Willow spoke the most because she facilitated as a sprint review meeting, followed by Steven, Tom, Callum, myself. And could you please scroll down? What was the main issue completed? In the last sprint, there was 2 sprint goals. One of them is making Entra optional on the front end, which is completed. And second goal was publishing Jira down video. Currently, it's in review. One of the 2 sprint goals was achieved. Could you please scroll down? And Callum, could you please do a sprint retro?
Yep, absolutely. So Willow said the improved UI, and actually Barbara said this as well, the improvements on the prompt selection process is a win for user experience, which I agree with. Hopefully people who aren't so familiar with YakShaver will have an easier time understanding the concepts when they use it. And I also mentioned we're making progress towards moving the desktop off being dependent on Entra ID, and hopefully that'll be finished off next sprint. In terms of what didn't go well, mentioned.
Hold on.
Yes.
Willow, your first one, it's very hard to understand what you're talking about. It's not specific.
Okay.
And with the third one from Callum, I think you say you need to have the word auth in it somewhere. Auth dash or something.
I guess it should have an.
And I don't think you need Callum's last name. You don't have anybody else's last name.
Callum's a pretty common name. You never know.
No, it's not. Okay.
In terms of what didn't go well, so I brought up something I've been thinking about recently, which is that I feel like YakShaver is at risk of being overtaken by, I guess, a more powerful general agent like Claude Code or Claude Cowork. And I want to try to come up with some ideas with the team of how to keep it ahead. Because obviously, if you just plug Claude Code into GitHub, you could probably send it a video and it could extract the transcript, pick the right backlog, figure out the format and put it in there without too much effort. YakShaver does still have value in terms of finding the right backlog for your company, finding the right people, things like that. But in terms of actually creating the issues, I'm worried it's going to fall behind. So what I'm sort of thinking about at the moment is sort of like an OpenClaw style agent who's always sitting there in the background, ready to proactively help out with Scrum Mastery sort of tasks and sending reminders, maybe reminding Tom to reach out to customers or whatever other tasks need to be done, and making sure GitHub gets updated as it's done and that sort of stuff. I think that would be cool. I don't think anyone else is doing that at the moment. And Stephen's suggestion on what to improve, I guess, was a solution to that problem, which is to have a sort of mini brainstorming session to discuss some ideas and figure out how we can incorporate them into YakShaver, which I think is a good idea.
Okay. All right. All good. If you can scroll up, Willow, I just want to check that you did the things I gave you before. I just want to double check.
Yeah.
The good. I just want to see the good.
Okay.
Can you scroll up? I want to see the good.
Oh, the good. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I said the first one, Willow, is not specific, so it doesn't tell me what area of the UI. It's just very general.
I
Were you talking
the
about the prompt selection?
Yeah, right. That's better. Okay.
And for mine, add an
And
auth,
for the third
auth
one,
prefix.
I ask you to add the word auth prefix. AUTH dash auth. No.
here.
Well, would you? No, I'd just put auth rather than OAuth.
Yeah.
Remove that O.
Oh yeah. The just auth.
Yeah.
Auth dash. Yeah. All right. Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Now, Callum, are you going to give it a go to see how far Claude Code can actually go about recording you, putting in the right backlog? Like, I guess with all the right skills, it might get close. I don't think it'll do as good a job as YakShaver.
Yeah, I think it's, well, one of the advantages that Claude Code has, especially if you have the max plan, is people using it are going to be able to use the best models and throw as many tokens as they want at it. Whereas with YakShaver, we don't have the privilege of the max plan. We need to pay for every token we use, and we don't have access to, Opus 4.6 or models of that caliber, because if we did, we'd have to charge a lot of money to use YakShaver. So that's, I guess, the main concern I've got is better models are available with Claude Code. So yeah, I want YakShaver to sort of transition. I imagine we can still use the same YakShaver tools, but it's just instead of people using the tools, it'll be agents using the tools and doing other stuff at the same time. So that's what I'm sort of imagining.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Is that it for the retro? I think so. Let's move on to planning.
Okay, let's move on to the planning. Here's the planning. The sprint goal for the next sprint is our phase 2 to support extra auth is decouple graph-dependent backend services. This is our sprint goal. And for the PBIs that we want to talk about, maybe Tom, can you give us more details about this phase 2?
Yeah, so in this PBI, we're gonna change the scope that we're requesting with Entra ID to separate it a little bit out and maybe reduce also the request or the scope that we're requesting. The early days of YakShaver, we basically grabbed a whole bunch just to make it work since we were a little bit in time pressure. So it's a good opportunity as well to see if we actually need the whole admin consent or not. It will definitely be much easier because we're splitting the requests into smaller chunks, like the OneDrive permission, the user's permission, and the organization permission.
Yeah, that's for this our sprint goal, and this is our most important PBI for the next sprint. And also we have pulled some small bug fix, and that's all for this part. Do you have any PBIs that you want to take a look at or want some more explanation?
I just wanted to know, did anyone see the one that Michael Q just YakShaved not very long ago. Like, I think he did it in the last hour. Did anyone see that one?
Not sure which PBI is that. I will
It's the
take a
most
look at
recent
that.
one.
The most.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that something we care about?
Yeah, but I think we have already fixed this issue, but maybe we have that again. I'll put this into the next sprint to double check.
Right. Okay. Because he just reported it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All good.
Okay. So let's go back to the email. Baba, I will hand it to you.
Have you put robot emojis next to all the ones you're going to attempt to give to an agent?
Yeah, I think
you have.
maybe
I don't see any robot emojis.
We haven't done that for the next sprint, but I think that bug for the desktop app maybe is a good one. I can add that.
But are you telling me that the other ones you're not going to attempt to? I'm just trying to work out when you do use AI and when you don't.
I think we can try to assign to use AI to do that first and see how it goes, and then see.
Have you heard Callum say before? Every time he starts on one, he attempts to give it to AI each time.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think that's what we should do for the next sprint too.
But in the last sprint, you guys, when you started on an issue, are you throwing it into AI?
Yeah, I think so. Most of them we have assigned them to AI. Just some of them we still need some manual work, but most of them, yeah, they are done by AI.
Right. Okay. Just from the conversation, it sounds like you'll try it with one. That's all. That was the problem. Anyway.
Yeah. It's my wording. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I have added the emoji now. Okay. So let's move on to the next part. Is for the AS test. Baba, can you go through this?
Okay. Could you please show me Copilot one? So main item to do next. So it's a phase 2, our phase 2 of alls, supporting more alls and decoupling graph-dependent code in the backend side instead, which is correct with our sprint call. So could you please now open Cloud Stats?
Yeah.
Okay, so
maybe you can take over the screen to share the screen.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. Let's give me a sec. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
E-zoom level is okay, or I need to zoom in?
Keep going.
Okay. So here's our cloud stats for the main items achieved for the last sprint. It made wrong correction. It made wrong suggestions of. It said that we didn't achieve any goals in the last sprint, but we achieved one of the goals, which is making intra optional on the portal side. And for the next items to complete, it's correct, decoupling graph-dependent code in the backend, which is our phase 2 of OS work. And about the timeline, this looks correct from this Copilot. So let's move to the people and roles. Okay, so Willow leads the sprint review and planning, and let's talk about the strengths. Clear meeting structure through review and planning, and she completed several PPIs and gave detailed demos. And for the feedback, aim for 30% speaking time, Max as a facilitator. Okay, now let's move to the Tom, senior developer. Strengths is clear, concise technical updates. And for the feedback, communicate schedule constraints before the meetings. Okay. And Callum also joins the meeting. So about the strengths, ask critical prompting questions. So expose your UX issue about the prompt selection. And for the feedback, be fully present during sprint planning. For Stephen Q, proposed periodic AI brainstorming meetings. So in the sprint review, Stephen suggested that we need to do monthly AI meetings, and to get most out of latest AI technology and apply to YakShaver desktop app. And lastly, myself, strengths, clear, concise, logic explanation. And for the feedback, volunteer information before being asked. Okay. And let's move to the insights. So this is our most covered in the sprint review. And I think that's all for the cloud stats. Do you have any questions, Adam?
Oh, good.
Okay, back to you, Willow.
Yeah, sure. So I think that's all for our spring review and planning meeting. And the video will be uploaded to our YakShaver YouTube channel. Yeah, thanks for joining us. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.